Alright people, welcome once again to another beautiful episode of the Life Coach and Love Doctor series with Emmanuel Clifford. I am glad to always be here, to be behind the camera, to do everything possible to see that we stay consistent and do what we can. And that's exactly what we'll be talking about, consistency today. Now we are in a position of, in a period of time where a lot of persons choose to be very religious about certain things. Very religious, not spiritual, religious about certain things. Now sometimes we want to actually make certain things to work certain way for us spiritually or religiously. That's the word. Now it doesn't have to work that way. A few days ago we were talking about how we should try as much as possible to balance being casual about things, being sarcastic about things, and being spiritual about certain things, and knowing when to be spiritual and when exactly to be casual. Now today there's one thing that usually happens. It's all over. You see some religious leaders, they want to talk about success and they make it look like everything that should make you succeed is basically you praying about it. You have to pray and pray and pray your way through. You have to pray before you can succeed. It is prayers that bring success. You have to understand deep in your mind, prayers do not bring success. Now, nobody succeeds because the person prayed. No. Now it is necessary to pray, whether you're a Christian, you're a Buddhist, you're a Muslim, you're a Hinduist, you're an atheist, whatever you are. It is very important at all times to pray. But understand that the prayer is basically to keep you spiritually stable. It does not in any way align you to a point where you are becoming successful because you prayed. Now let's look at the richest men in the world. How many of them are religious? Take a look. How many of them are religious? How many of them are religious in what they do? There's a pattern to getting successful. You have to know exactly what your purpose is. You have to follow through your purpose. You have to stay consistent in achieving purpose, and then you have to, in whatever way you can, be diligent in all you do. That's how you become successful. It's not because you prayed. So if you keep going to your religious centers, your churches, your mosques, or your worship centers to go and pray every day, you're going to end up poor. Now there's this usual thing that they usually say, as poor as a church rat. Now have you asked yourself, why exactly is that phrase used when it comes to religious organization? Why is poverty taken, extreme poverty, described or attached descriptively to a religious center? Now that's to tell you that it is basically because it is the poor people that get to that point where they always want to think that prayer is what's going to take them out of poverty. Prayer do not take anybody out of poverty. If prayer does, trust me, all of the religious persons that you see pray around, attending religious organizations, consistently going for religious meetings and all of that, would end up, they would have been very rich, right? But they're not. You go to religious centers, you find that, especially in churches, you go to churches, you find that the majority of the persons that are poor in our society are found in religious centers, especially in churches. Now you need to actually understand this. There's a pattern to success. Prayer is necessary as a person. I'm not saying prayer is bad. No, I didn't say that. But I'm saying that when it comes to achieving success, there are certain critical patterns that you must follow to actually make wealth or become successful. Prayer is not that pattern. Thank you so very much, guys. Till I come here again, remember to stay safe and stay sane. Adios.